Ron Rohde here, and today we're going to a Volvo service center. So tune into this video if you've ever wondered what it's like to go through the actual process of a Volvo service. You know, I'm here in Dallas. We have Park Place Volvo. That's my local Volvo dealer. I do all my maintenance here. And so I just thought it'd be good to walk through kind of what that check-in process is like, the waiting area. And just if you're curious, watch this video for a Volvo service. All right, Ron Rohde. It's a pretty cloudy morning today here in Dallas, Texas, and I'm going to be doing my 50,000 mile service. So this is outside the warranty, but it is something that's regularly scheduled. I'm going to flash the checklist. They're going to do all this. It's mostly fluids, you know, filter. However, I'm a little bit early because let's see, my current mileage is only 47,000 miles. But I went ahead and scheduled it anyway because it's due just based on time. So I think it's that 4 years, 48,000 miles they expect you to come in. So I'm going to schedule it early because I did want to talk through a couple of issues that I've still had with my car. So the first being a recent example that's just popped up a few times is that my start-stop has gotten an error warning. So a couple of times when I'm driving, it's not necessarily when I'm stopped, I get an error message that says start, stop, unavailable, and that's it. You know, it literally just says start, stop. So there's not a whole lot of detail. I haven't noticed a difference other than the start, stop not working. I don't think it affects the car turning on and off just in a general daily use. So I have that sensor. Another error warning that I had that I have been able to notice actually is a power steering failure. And that one says actually, you know, check system immediately and schedule service. And I can notice that one when I'm driving, you know, at speed. When most cars are moving, you don't need power steering. It's really a limited need if you're not in a deep mud or, you know, big wheels and kind of a heavy hauling situation. Most cars on decently sized steering wheels, you don't really need power steering. And so I don't notice it. I don't notice it when I'm turning. It's really only when I'm parking. So slower speeds and making more of a driver input, turning the wheel a lot, I notice that I sometimes have to fight it, and that's when the power steering is off. Again, this thing has resolved itself where I don't know what it's doing or why it's failing. I don't think there's a leak. I've never noticed any fluid under the car. But again, it's one of those things that's just annoying. I don't know how to describe it. It's not turning me off from the car. It's just annoying. You know, in addition to, if you watch this channel, you know that some of my prior issues involve the front parking distance sensor. Oh, that was just the car there beeping. I was still accelerating and a car in front of me was turning very far ahead, and I was going less than 30 miles an hour, but that was the car alerting me that something was in front and not moving. So the other issue that I've had is that parking sensor, and it's repeatedly come loose, and I think it's really a design flaw, because even though I'm able to clip it back in, even though the dealer is able to clip it back in, it keeps coming loose every 10,000 miles now. So I would chalk it up there again. But if you start to look, and again, I will admit, you know, maybe I'm a more critical user, but all of these little annoyances, they do kind of add up. And so as I sit right now, my car has two current issues that I'm going to mention to the dealer, which is the power steering failure, as well as the start-stop failure. This is a 2018 model, 47,000 miles. I don't do anything crazy in terms of driving or load, no modifications. So it's just kind of interesting to see what the dealer's going to say and if they're going to be able to fix it, as well as the bill.
Morning.
Hi. All right, well, we're just leaving the dealership. A little bit of sticker shock, but again, overall, I think it's pretty reasonable. Total price, including the 50,000 mile, as well as my additional charge item, they ended up replacing a small battery, $760. I'm gonna post the full screenshot. You can see this breakdown. So what we have is that flat fee for the scope of work for the 50,000 mile checkup, and then $120 for that diagnostic and repair job, and then I got charged a line item for the part. You know, this is something, side note, you can fast forward if you're not interested. The technology, there's two different battery systems, and in 2023 Volvo is actually expanding this secondary battery system. It's kind of a high voltage system, but they're adding more capacity for all cars to have kind of effectively like a hybrid system that can power the car based on that battery. And so for my Volvo, what the problem is that there's your 12 volt system, that's just your battery that runs, you know, everything in the car. And then there's a higher voltage system that has like the electric power steering, start stop on the go, and that one is not depleting the same car battery for the regular car. So that was the battery that was faulty. It was outside warranty, unfortunately. It said about by 6 months. So this is a 2018 model. It's now 2022, but I think this was put into production early, and so the warranty actually started running earlier. So we're out of warranty by 6 months, no problem. It was 120 bucks plus a fee for the battery. You can see all the charges, but all in all, you know, it wasn't terrible. We had Wi-Fi, I had a little bit of USB charging, there's a TV and some snacks. I like this Volvo experience. It doesn't go over the top in terms of frills. What I really care about is convenience. It's quiet, it's close by, and that's what I'm looking for in a Volvo service dealer. So that's what it's like at a Volvo service. Smash that like button and subscribe for more Volvo content.